I'm gonna pick up whatever fighting game is popular because that's what you're gonna get the most people requesting to play in, right? Whatever. With that being said, that shit look ass, bro.
All right, everybody gather around. Welcome to the Round Start Podcast. I am your host. You know me. I am Urbane. And to the next to me, I have my three co-hosts who are here with me today. And to my right, I have...
my name is Kresh. My actual name is Nathan. You can call me Nate if you ever see me in the locals. I don't know what the hell else I'm supposed to say. They're looking at me.
You got any socials or anything?
Hell no, I ain't got no socials. Social media is the devil, but that's a different topic.
All right, we're going to keep it going. And to my left and next to me, we have...
This is Sir Snorlax. Real name is Dennis. You can catch me at the locals as well. As for socials, the other one I really pimp out would be my fire-breathing Twitter machine. It's going to be DSRG2555.
Hey, my name is Zora. You can call me Zora. I don't need you to call me my real name, but you can be. I'm the father of the scene. I have to go search for milk every time it's Thursday. So.
Oh, he's the deadbeat father.
Is he never there?
Damn.
What does that make me, the stepdad? Is that why I'm over here doing all this work? We both stepdads.
If you do catch me in the scene,
I've been there. I've been there.
If you do catch me in the scene, you can just call me Zora and I'll respond.
All right. So to start this off, we always do it with our new co-hosts or any guests we have on the show. We have a spot that we call Origin Stories. So this is where you give out your origin of how you got into the FGC. So what I'm asking, the only three questions we ask you is, how did you find out about fighting games? How did you get into the FGC? And what is your motivation for playing? And why do you always try to be better at what you do? Because, we fighting game players, so we always want to know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Kresh over here, and then we'll go ahead and get Dennis's story on after that.
Shit. How the fuck did I start playing fighting games? So I think my first exposure to fighting games, I was like 4 years old. And it was my uncle, he had a Super Nintendo, and he was playing the original Mortal Kombat, and he had an extra copy, so he threw it at me. Obviously, MK was responsible for the whole ESRB rating, right? So no one was really paying attention to blood or what it wasn't rated E for everyone, was mature or whatever. So I had the copy. I was a 4-year-old, I was playing Mortal Kombat. Didn't know a damn thing what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know anything how to play that game. All I knew was that forward kick was a flying kick with the Bruce Lee looking character, and forward punch was a fireball. That was it. I spammed it, and I got all the way to Shang Tsung. He rocked me, but it was okay. I was proud, and I was like, cool, I know how to play games. That was pretty much the end of it. I saw a little bit of Street Fighter he played. Didn't really care much for it. The box art for that game is terrifying, by the way. If you've ever seen Blanca, it looks like he's about to eat Chun-Li.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I dabbled a little bit here and there for all the way up to like high school, I would say. The same uncle moved from Chicago to Florida, so he followed us here or whatever. And he was still playing fighting games. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. At the time, I had started to dabble in Street Fighter 4 with our friend Justin. And Justin, y'all probably will never meet this guy, bro, but he is the most friendly, skilled, annoying fucking person you'll ever meet in your life, bro. Like, he's fun to be around, but the shit he does will aggravate you. And at the same time, you like, I can't be mad at him because this is how he is. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because he would play Sakura in Street Fighter 4. And he would always catch me with it's like crouching medium kick into Tatsu, and then he would cancel in her ultra, where she throws the air Hadokens up at an angle. And I was like, bro, I know it's a low, and I keep getting hit by this shit. Like, what the fuck? What am I doing? I'm garbage at this. So my motivation was because I would go and look at matches. I'm like, other Sakura players don't do this. Why do you keep doing this? Better yet, why do I keep falling for it? So then I started practicing. The first person I started playing, T-Hawk. Why? You just got to throw people 3 times. And they're dead. There's no coming back from T-Hawk slamming you on your neck 3 times, bro. If you do the ultra combo, he sits on you and goes, how? Racist, but it's okay, because they're probably dead. So I started throwing him with T-Hawk. I started getting a couple matches, and then I was like, all right, it's fun, kind of. Like, it's fun to win, but it's not fun to play. Then the professional player, PR Balrog. I'm Puerto Rican. So I was like, PR Balrog. Well, it's got to stand for something else. There's no Puerto Rican professional players. No, that man's Puerto Rican. And he plays Balrog. So I was like, whoa, that's me. I'm going to do that. Started playing Balrog. Man, I can't do a damn thing with this character. I can't. Where the quarter circles at?
Charge characters are hard,
So
bro.
we're like, where the quarter circles at? Like, I know no forward. No, what is this? Turns out, charge character. I was like, what do you mean charge character? I got to hold a direction? Nah, I'm not for that. I stuck with it. I ended up liking it. Turns out the character's super fun. I started washing him. Ugly. He's one of those focus attack spammers. And if you don't know, turn punch, tap, it armor breaks. He found out the hard way. After that, I kind of just stuck with it. The same uncle, his son, my cousin, also addicted because he would play his dad all the time. And then when he moved down here, like, we would always play online. Those are the dark ages, Street Fighter 4 netcode. We would play online. We would play as much as we could, but every time we would come and visit, we would just go crazy. We would play. And if I had friends over who also played, like my friend Justin would show up, we'd play with them or whatever. And they were like, oh, cousin's good. We got to play against him, da-da-da-da-da. And he was just as ambitious as I am. Always wanted to play, always wanted to get better, always wanted to land this crazy sick tech or this crazy combo we wanted to do growing up. That's who I played for like 15 years. And I never really played anyone else until still friends would come over. We didn't have a scene back then. But that's when I was like, man, there's got to be other like-minded people who want to play this game, right? There's no way I'm the only person in Lee County, Florida, who plays Street Fighter, and I got to play with a guy who's in Chicago, like 2,000 miles away or whatever. So started looking at stuff. Wasn't really anything local. And I was like, all right, well, there's these tournaments and stuff. And then, age of YouTube started popping. It's like, all right, let me go on YouTube, see what people are doing. Found Maximilian dude. Okay, he's one of the bigger FGC YouTubers. He had some cool videos. Not was really what I was looking for. I was like, oh yeah, PR Balrog, he's a pro. There's got to be tournaments he's entered, right? So I started with that. Started looking at PR Balrog's matches. I was like, oh. Then I started figuring out about Combo Breaker, Frosty Faustings, NorCal Regionals, and then eventually they made the Capcom Pro Tour, and then it just slowly started escalating from there. And I was like, damn. There's some really, really good players out there. I am so ass at this game, bro. Even though I'm doing really well against the people I play locally, I am so terrible. And then that's when that's the reality check you need, right? You need to be humbled. And it didn't happen in a match. It was just like, yo, I'm really bad. I would have fell for everything these dudes are doing. And there was nothing I could have done about it. But then eventually we did find a scene. It happened within the last year or so.
You mean we built one?
Yeah, we built one. Just whatever. Built. You got to find people to put it together, I guess. But yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Exactly. You build it, they will come. A bunch of like-minded individuals. Started with 5, and it just grew from there. Every Thursdays.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's not just Street Fighter. It's not just Tekken. It's not just MK. It's not fighters. It's everything. It's a community. Everyone wants to come together. Everyone wants to play some games. Whatever game's most popular, play it. Even if you don't play it, just play it. You'd be surprised that you get to know new people. Those people want to try the games that you're interested in. You'd be like, oh, I ran a couple sets with you in Soul Calibur, blah, blah, blah. You should play this game. It was Marvel's Capcom Infinite. I know, whatever, blah, blah. Capcom controversy aside. Yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as aspirations, though, I don't really got any, honestly. I need people to know that I'm good at the game, but I don't need to go and win events and I guess at the end of the day, it's just I just need people to respect that I'm a good player. I don't need people to be like, yo, it's that man took top 8 at CEO Taku with 3 years in a row, blah, blah, blah.
Of being the Balrog?
Nah. Because that goes back to the thing I was saying. I got humbled. I started because I was like, yo, PR Balrog's godlike. I ain't never going to be the best Balrog because that man is 20 years ahead of me, and this game's only been out for 3. There's no way, bro. There's no way I'm getting to that point. So I don't know. I just need people just, yo, that guy over there, it's kind of godlike. You should probably watch that dude. I'm okay with that. That's all I need. That's the best. The butter on the bread, the butter on the toast. That's all I need.
So before I continue though, if you went to like a major or a regionals and you placed well, would that give you an incentive?
Not really, honestly. I'm gonna hit you with one of these. I did it. That was cool, right? That shit was sick. You can't do that. And then I'm gonna use that to motivate people around me, right? I'm a advocate for talking smack at the scene. You light a fire under somebody's ass and make you wanna. If I gotta be the villain to get you to go and be better, so be it. I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm already, everybody already knows me. Whoever see me on commentary,
Yeah,
I'm a
man.
me and him both. We are whole villains.
It's for anything. I was a Spiker. He was playing Chip at the last local. I got him just because of the color he picked. I was like, yo, Spiker, you play Chip, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. So I can safely assume you watch Naruto? Yeah. Who's your favorite character? Shikamaru. Don't Shikamaru wear green? Uh-huh. Why you playing orange Chip? Got him. He didn't know what to say. Every time he run the set, yo, you know why you lost that, right? Why? That Chip ain't green.
Yep.
He came back, he switched to green, he won. It was the funniest thing, dude. I don't know. I just whatever gets people going. Doesn't matter what it is.
I got you. Then we got one more origin story. If you want to hear Zora origin story, then you need to go and watch the first episode because he already gave his story out. Go watch first episode. But anyway, we're going to move on to another one of my good friends sitting over here next to me, and we're going to move on to Snorlax. What's your origin story? How did it start?
Okay, so I need to date myself here a little bit just so you guys understand. I'm 32 years old. I got an older brother that's 12 years older than me. He's part of the scene. I was all of 5 years old, and my brother was playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the SNES. And that's how it started. He was Ryu player, still is, and he got me into it. And we played, and he would whoop my ass on a regular basis.
Yep, there's always something.
When I was 6 years old, we lived in Guatemala, and and I had to move back to New York by myself.
At 6?
Mm-hmm. Visa issues.
Damn.
Immigration. But my dad came along later on. We lived in the basement of this apartment kind of complex type thing. And there's a couple of German college students that sold me a copy of Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition on the Sega Genesis that my brother gave me. And my whole objective was I need to get better so that when my brother comes back, I can beat him.
Surprise!
Right? Then, when the laundromat started going to the laundromat, there was a Street Fighter 2 Alpha Cab.
Well, that boy you was in the original jungle.
All right? Street Fighter 2 Alpha Cab. Street Fighter Alpha 2 Cab, right? And I spent every weekend on that cab. And it was expensive.
Yeah, how many quarters you spent?
Oh no! See, you had to get good,
so you could
stay on the sticks, and that's what it was. It was just trying to stay on the sticks, and the motivation has always been to beat Walter.
Okay,
that's where it started. I still to this day have not beaten him yet, not at his full potential, but that's what got me into fighting games, and then I, learned about Tekken when I came to Florida. Picked up on Tekken 1 and 2.
Yep.
3 was my favorite. And then just other fighting games.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That they're a drug dealer.
I am your local drug dealer.
I'm your
for
pusher.
video games.
Yeah, please.
Fighting games specifically. I don't do that. I don't do that weird stuff, y'all.
Yeah. So, as for finding the FGC, so there's a little bit of a story with this, but at that moment in my life, I was going through some things, and me and my brother and my nephew all went to a wrestling show, AEW, and I had Thursday off the next day because it was going to be letting out late, and I saw on Facebook in this group that I was part of. That Retro Zone Arcade, which I'd been to before. Shout out to Retro Zone Arcade.
Yep.
Was having a fighting game thing. So I'm like, I'm off Thursday. You know, I hadn't been out of the house as much. So I went and I joined y'all. And I stood in the back playing Street Fighter 2 on the cab till a certain individual decided to sit me down and play 100 matches of Ultra Street Fighter 4, in which I lost every single one.
That's his MO. That's how he does it.
Hey, man, that's how we got to haze everybody when we first come. We got to see if you can stand in the fire. Because some people lose 3 matches. I ain't ever playing this game again. Nah, man. If you survive the first 100, we know you're real.
Now, I was always good at Street Fighter. I just was never as good as my brother. Mm-hmm. And then that happened, and I'm like, "Yo, I need to practice." Before that day, I hadn't played fighting games in a long time.
Yeah.
But then that day sparked the fire.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, you missing a detail in that story. Remember when you first came to Retro? What did you tell me?
What?
Oh, nah, man. I just play fighting games casually.
Oh, yes. I only play fighting games casually.
You remember what I told you?
Yeah.
Nobody play fighting games casually.
Everybody says that the first day. Yeah, just take it real casual. Like if you hate losing, you ain't playing it casually.
And it's funny because Frank also gave me another rude awakening later on. And that was in Tekken. Because I thought, okay, I'm going to play Hwoarang. You know, that's my guy. That's who my go-to always. And then he played me, and he played his Hwoarang. And then I quickly realized, damn, I ain't that good at Hwoarang.
Dang, man, maybe Lars might be
So I started looking for another character. And a bunch of y'all were talking about CEO, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go. Because I thought everywhere else was going, except none of y'all went.
I couldn't go.
I know.
My job
Taco not my thing.
I don't even remember why I didn't go.
So I went by myself to CEO, and and just being in that environment just like lit another fire. I'm like, damn, I want to be a part of this. So CEO Taku came around. I had been practicing Lars, and I took 17th out of a 65-person tournament.
Hell yeah!
And now I gotta go up higher.
Casually took 17th out of 64 people. Yeah, real casual, my guy. But all right, so
if he was competitive, he was gone 8.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. If he was a competitive player, he would at least got top 8. Yeah.
And and now the motivation is to get better, to do better at these tournaments.
But why?
Because I know I can do it. Because I've seen my progress over the last year in a lot of these games, thanks to a lot of y'all.
I remember the last time we played Tekken, I actually had to sit up and play you for real. I was like, I was leaning back and we was playing, and then I started losing. I was like, hold up.
Wait a minute, this ain't the same dude.
I was like, hold on, all right, I'm gonna actually need to play footsies and get some combos going. Yo, this man ain't playing. I was like, all right.
At the end of the day, and we just had a tournament too, and I lost, but I still want to beat Walter.
Yeah.
At his top level.
That's his demon right there. That's the motivation.
That is my demon. That is the man that is, like I know that he has been starting to train again and play more often, so I'm seeing his skill get back to the level that it was.
Yeah. You want to beat him at his best.
I want to.
You don't want to beat him while he hasn't been practicing.
Yeah.
So when Street Fighter 6 rolls around,
you
gonna beat that ass.
Brother, testify.
Yeah.
When Street Fighter 6 come out, there's gonna be a lot of beef matches.
Yeah, we gotta have some
matches.
exhibitions.
Like, it's gonna be me and Sin, him and his brother.
Yes.
It's gonna be me, Baller, Buns and Baller, me and Buns. Bro, it's gonna be hella people.
Yes.
So there has always been everybody at the scene has even at the local, regional, major, wherever you at, everybody got that one person they just can't stand losing to.
Yes.
Like I can lose to anybody else in this tournament but you.
There's a couple of those that are locals, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, now if I lose y'all, I'll never play this game.
Granted, okay.
Literally.
I was what? When we first started playing, I was 6. So it's been 20+ year rivalry here.
And it's not someone that you could just be like, just cut him out of my life. That's that's your brother, bro.
Yo.
See,
You always gonna be around
exactly,
him.
exactly.
But now we got the origins, we got the introductions out the way. We are gonna roll on to our next section, which we like to call the mix-up, or some people like to call it the Okie. Your choice, your choice. But either way, what this segment is about is this is gonna be an opinionated segment. So I got some topics here. We're gonna run through the topics, and then I'm gonna give y'all the topics. I'll either break down the story for you, or there'll be a video we react to. And then afterwards, I'll get y'all reactions. Are y'all cool with that?
I'm down. I'm
All
down.
right, let's get started then. First thing we got on the mix-up is Rafflemonger calls out NRS. So, what this is for those who don't know what NRS is, that is NetherRealm Studios. They are the studio that makes the MK series. Specifically, they make MK, they make Injustice, but they're best known for MK.
You mean DCMK?
Sure.
No.
I'm
But
kidding.
yeah, so Rafflemonger has gone on Twitter and he was pretty much calling out the NetherRealm Studios and like the players for the scene, essentially, because he was saying that there are not a lot of credible content creators for MK12. A lot of the content creators make clickbait content. Like there was recently one that was a confirmed character list, but nothing in the video was actually confirmed.
For 12, the game that
Yes.
hasn't come out yet.
Yes. So Rafflemonger pretty much at this point has gotten tired of it. So he started calling out all the content creators. He was encouraging new content creators to start creating content for NRS because he wants the content to have more credibility. He wants honest content creators.
Well, like what could they do, honestly? Like they haven't really shown anything for 12.
Well, no,
so,
yeah,
like,
but that's the thing. He's
what are
not
the content
saying-
creators gonna do?
He's not saying do it right now. He's saying like in the future, he's encouraging more people to join the NRS scene so that they can, when they do make content, it'll be honest content.
So, all right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second. Clickbait is gonna happen, but there's people need to get views, right?
Yep.
I've always said it. I'll say it again. Everybody's in on the game in their own way. Just some people are just a little more upfront about it.
They play it a little differently.
All right. All right. You shouldn't be bringing people in by lying or trying to persuade people to come aboard by revealing confirmed
Do it
characters.
in a more honest way.
You can do it in a more honest way.
Yeah, I get you.
So,
So I mean, but if you I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of agree with Rafflemonger on that one. I hate clickbait, me personally.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of clickbait, but I guess I don't know like the whole specifics of it, because you're basically asking for someone to do something with stuff that isn't even out yet. It's like, hey, go paint me this picture. All right, what paint am I gonna use? Figure it out.
Well, no, he's not saying that you need to go and confirm the characters. What he's saying is stop making clickbait content. He's not necessarily
guess.
saying you could go and make a theoretical tier list or a theoretical character roster, and nobody would be mad at that
Yeah,
because it's just all in
People do that
theory.
all the time. They're like, oh, based on past games or characters showing up or not being in the cast or
But
being in
when
the
you-
cast, who would I like to be in the next roster?
But when you
on
make that
release or
roster
whatever?
and you put confirmed, that's a whole different scenario.
Yeah, but how would they what would NRS do? Start taking out videos? There's no content, so they can't
Well, no,
copyright
that's
them.
why he's not coming. He's not really. It says he's coming to NRS, but to me, it didn't feel like he was coming to NRS. It
Yeah,
was
that's-
I think
so-
it's more
the
the
confusing
content
part.
creating community of NRS.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if you say you coming to NRS, like that's NetherRealm Studios.
yeah.
Damn, no, they go come for your neck.
So that's kind of what I feel like it should have more been, but that's just what it was kind of phrased as. But I kind of really didn't feel like he was going to NRS. I felt like he was going more so at the content creators who are, a part of it, because what they're doing is discrediting the scene in the long run. He's
they're-
not wrong.
They're
on
just
what he's
fishing
saying.
for views. Essentially, is what problem he has with them.
And the NRS scene isn't that big compared to other
Yep.
scenes because you got one game and it's a very niche game.
Yeah, I mean they have the
mean-
Injustice series, but the way I've seen it.
Nothing. He had to go take care of some stuff.
Oh, The NRS, I feel like the community is split between the Injustice and the MK scene. There's a small portion of people who like both, but either you like one or you like the other, and usually one has a problem with the other.
But are we gonna even get a new Injustice?
Not if they keep.
I mean, I personally don't care because I never liked Injustice.
Okay, so I think we are gonna get a new Injustice because I think like a few months back before that, little goof up where hey, we're confirming MK12.
Yeah.
Little.
I said little. I'm trying to be nice to the poor man. But they did say, the next. It was a stupid article, and it was an actual quote. The next NetherRealm Studios game is going to be either MK or Injustice, making it sound like they're working on an Injustice as well.
Yeah, you
they
should
just had
said one or the other.
It was just one or the other. Now, when you're a studio that only has 2 games, I want to say, oh, really? But to me, now with the official confirmation of 12, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Injustice 3 in the pipeline somewhere, or at least in like pre-development.
I think that we should. It's not that they only have 2 games; they only have 2 fighting games.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
What else does NRS make that
They've made other games. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but
apparently they ain't very memorable.
they're not. But they do make other games.
They do.
I didn't say they were memorable games. I said they make other games.
If I can't remember, it ain't very memorable.
All right, so, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, I myself am on the side of Rafflemonger. Especially if, like you said, if my scene is that small, I would like to have honest creators.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
even if at the end of the day they're a small scene, yeah, but if you're making better content, better quality.
Well, yeah, I mean, there definitely should be better content out there, especially for a scene that small. You got to have honest, content.
Give me a second. So, I'm gonna be the only one that's gonna say this. I loved Injustice.
I was waiting for Zora to say something. I was like, I'm pretty sure Zora said he liked Injustice.
Yeah, I loved Injustice.
Which is
Injustice
weird
is one of
because
my
you
favorite
play
ones.
rushdown characters, and Injustice is mostly projectile.
I know, but
It really
I
is.
loved Red Hood. Red Hood was like my favorite character ever.
Oh,
You
okay.
would love Red Hood.
He's crazy. He's
You
so
would
good.
love Red Hood.
He's amazing. I love that character.
Yeah, when I
He
was
was
playing,
top tier.
when I was playing Injustice, I played Black Adam, but the character was garbage. So
Yeah. Couldn't get
Oh
in.
God, what?
When I played Injustice, I had better things to do with my time.
Oh,
Damn.
he's
Hot
an
take.
MK fanboy.
I guess in a way, I kind of like the casual
I'm
aspect
not even
of
an
it.
MK fanboy.
All right, so I will say, I am a casual NRS player, and when I say casual, I actually mean casual this time.
When I say casual, I mean
Like I'll play
I
the story mode and that's it.
I loved whatchamacallit. I love the fact that you could just collect gear and just have a different character when you're playing.
because there was a bunch of different game modes you could play solo. You didn't have to only play online.
I love the
Exactly, and I
fact
would love
of
They
putting
excel
in
at
another
that.
disc, like Street Fighter 4, Killer Instinct.
Damn,
that. Well, what?
damn.
man.
The
That's the only
NRS
game
hate
I
is
got.
real here.
That was it.
I don't know. NRS is very good. Is very good at making multiple game modes that actually have an appeal.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll give them
definitely.
that.
100%.
I'm not gonna
Um,
lie, I miss Midway's mini games that they used to put in MK games,
Yes.
like the
card shop?
the the golf cart like little racing game.
Yeah.
I miss that with the like big bobblehead characters, bruh. That thing was so fun.
Didn't they have chess at one point?
Yeah, they
Yep.
were
Chess.
Yep, they had MK Chess, they had an MK Kart Racer, they had an MK Tetris.
Didn't the chess, like when you took a piece, it was like a fatality?
Yeah.
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 That's so cool.
That's why I'm like, man, when
I wanna play
Midway
chess.
shut down, I was like, I'm sad. I miss Midway. Midway was a good studio for me.
It's all money.
They
Problems.
had a good amount of games
Yeah.
for sure.
But on to our next topic. So we got a trailer about a possible new Fighting EX layer in development. This is alleged. This is not something that we
Allegedly.
can say that is actually factual, or if it's just, some demo play that we saw. But when you see it, y'all understand, because it's not like high res or nothing. You will definitely understand when I'm talking about what you see.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
the first
sir.
time I'm hearing about it. Like I touched the
Same
EX layer a little bit, but nah, I'm good. It's not my game.
I never even heard
Ooh.
about this character. I mean, this game. Never even heard about this game. That looks cool. The little ship.
I do see like the bunch of improvements that they're throwing inside the game. Like you had air blocking, there was the cancel where he came down with the jump kick. Then they have sidestepping, which was not in the original EX fighting EX layer. So they're making a whole lot of changes for it. I don't know how much y'all know about it, but I like the game. So if they're making this many changes to it, and there's another topic that'll be leading to later on in the show that I actually want to talk about because I watched this trailer and I was like, dang, man, this is a fun game. But we'll get to that later. But it's just like, so what are your thoughts or your feelings about it? We can start from Zora and then we'll go on over.
I like the cancel. The cancel looks sick. Like you could just cancel any animation out of like. It looked like you could cancel any animation.
So that was in the original one. So like they had it so you could like cancel supers. So you do a super, and then you could cancel into a super. You could cancel into a super until you ran out of bar.
That sounds nuts. That sounds like, so. Wait, is a super invulnerable?
No.
I was about to say because then you could just cancel vulnerability.
Yeah, no.
That'd be insane. Holy crap! But no, all that stuff looks really cool. I like how there was like Terry. I think that was Terry.
That was Terry Bogard.
So
and,
are they like a crossover type of thing? Like I've never played this game before. So
no. So Terry Bogard was DLC in Fighting EX layer actually. So that's why people don't know if this is like a whole new game or just an update or what's going on with that. But there was at Evo Japan apparently. So
it has to be something big then. Yeah, definitely. No, I'm definitely. Any new fighting game that hit me, come at me, bro. Like to be honest, I've been trying all these new fighting games. They've been fun. So anything that's new, come and hit me up. Literally.
So I got a few thoughts. All right, I got a few thoughts. All right, so first of all, it kind of looked like it was fan made, to be honest. It looked kind of fan made. Just throwing that out there.
No. That's why I said allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
This happened at Evo Japan, which is why people are like, is it new?
Mm-hmm.
Is it modded? Is it an update?
Yeah.
There's no way to tell because all we got is what you saw.
Yeah.
You know?
So I played Street Fighter EX2 Plus on the PlayStation. So I didn't know that they continued this until we played it here once. With that said, I think EX2 Plus had sidestepping.
EX2 Plus did, but not.
But then not EX Layer,
the latest
right?
one they just put out.
So that would be that's a nice addition. I'm kind of skeptical because Terry's in this.
Terry actually is in the actual game.
No. I know this is in the actual game, but do you think that SNK is going to give them Terry again?
SNK broke. They'll give anybody.
You're right. They sell anything. You know what? You're right. But I am a little skeptical because of that.
Fair enough. But
Because-
to your point, SNK sold their own IPs because they were broke and
Yeah,
then
they
had
did.
to buy them all back.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. But like, I don't know. If you're going to show off a new game, wouldn't you? I mean, why would you use Terry, who is not like an original character? That's where my skepticism
Which
comes from.
I agree with. Like, that's why I said allegedly.
Yeah,
'Cause
allegedly.
the video is jank. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It did look
With
kinda
that said, if this is legit, I would play that.
I played
If this is legit, I would play that because it looks dope. With barring the jank, like I can see potential. I see the potential in there. It's and so yeah, I mean, I think it would be a great release.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be just an update? Could it be an actual new game?
Who knows?
Who knows?
All right, Chris, it's on you, man. I know your opinion gonna be spicy, so that's why I saved you for last.
Bruh. All right. So I played a little bit of EX Layer. If they come out with a new EX Layer and people at our locals are willing to play it, then I'm gonna pick up whatever fighting game is popular because that's what you're gonna get the most people requesting to play in, right? Whatever. With that being said, that shit look ass, bruh. That shit look like hot fucking corn chip Doritos on the middle of the street, baking for 3 days, ran over by traffic. That looked garbage.
God damn, I said fan made. This man went all in.
It looked garbage. Why, to Dennis's point, why would you use Terry Bogard, who was a DLC character in the past game, to showcase any kind of changes, allegedly, for your new game?
I have no defense for that. That's why I told y'all before I started the video.
Yeah.
It's allegedly one, and
allegedly.
2, the video was Jake.
It hasn't been proved in court. 2, the other character, I think his name is Alan or something like that. He's like the generic Shoto in the EX Layer or whatever.
He's the Ryu of the game.
Always looks stupid, but it looked like a fake version of him. And he already looked like a fake character.
So did he always have the mutton chops?
Yes, he had the mutton chops, and he has like this like pompadour on the front. He looked, you know, them platypuses from ancient times. He's got like a bone thing, or them ducks, or whatever you call them, mallards. Yeah. He just always had that, and he looked worse in this one.
My whole thing is those character models are the exact same character models from Fighting EX.
Yet another reason that shit looked like copy and pasted straight from the game. Someone just took all of the coding from one game, and we're just like, into a new game interface, and we're like, you know what, just add sidestepping and air blocking, and there's no way they'll be able to tell the difference.
In their defense, in game development, you do see that a lot, where they'll take the old assets to test the new, changes.
Marvel did it. Marvel 3 MVCI.
So in their defense, they could have used old assets, and that's why one of the reasons why it looks like ass.
In the prosecution's thoughts, I've played Fighting EX Layer. He played Fighting EX Layer. Those backgrounds for those stages were immaculate.
Yeah.
That background for that stage was garbage.
It looks so
bad.
That
back the game would have had a different opinion.
I will tell you this, okay? That background looked like something you found on Getty Images.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad. It's pretty bad.
But like,
they just added some texture.
And Alan, like, even if you're gonna choose generic characters, like, what about what's his name? The Blanca of the game. He's got like the Shogun armor. That guy. Or Garu. Or Doctrine Dark.
Or what's the one chick? The Rekka chick, the blue haired chick.
Yeah, her. Or the guy who's on the front with the white ponytail. He's got all the scars or whatever. Literally anybody else, and you chose to copy and paste the DLC character.
What Skullomania?
Skullomania, bro.
I know Skullomania from the EX Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these characters.
It's way before you. We're going to have to catch you up.
It's before your time, man.
Come on,
That's
bro.
why I keep telling you, Zora, you got to play me. You got to find out. You got to learn your fighting game history.
Nah, that looked.
Know your history.
If it was showcasing, it looked garbage. That was so bad.
Holy crap, bro.
So do your homework. I'm just kidding.
My homework, bro. How deep do I have
to
go?
Look out for the Fixing Gen C episodes. We're going to work on those eventually. We're going to get to them.
We're coming eventually.
We'll get to them.
Holy crap.
We'll fix them up.
But yeah, no, that's why when I looked at the clip myself before we even started the podcast, I'm like, this looks interesting.
So rotten, bro. You know what that was? That was you doing your homework the night before it was due. That's exactly what that was. I'm gonna procrastinate.
Another thing that I also kind of felt was kind of weird was like the whole I don't know what the hell it said because I can't read it, but like it said Evo Japan in the text, right?
Yeah,
so okay, that I have background on.
Okay.
This clip apparently played at Evo Japan,
but
there was no context.
Like on the big screen, it just played out of nowhere.
I don't know if it was a big screen or not. I can't confirm that one. But when the clip got posted, it was posted at Evo, and then someone just uploaded the clip to YouTube. Now here's the issue that we have. We all know how Evo does his announcements. There's usually a big somebody on stage that talks about the game. They introduce the clip. Everything goes quiet.
Yeah.
They play the clip. It's a hype trailer. And then, here's the new game.
Yeah.
That was just
coming tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. And it's
Yeah.
usually after like a major or the tournament's over or even before, whatever.
I'm like, I know Fighting Years Later ain't popular, but bro, I don't think they do it that dirty.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I mean, if and we've known that in a lot of like different conventions and stuff, they release like secret announcements of like different games and stuff like that, just in gaming as a whole. But like, you would think that if they released this on Evo Japan,
Now,
there would be like a legit video of
To
it.
be fair, if we were to get a new Fighting EX layer and it had the same mechanics as that game but was more well polished, I'd play it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no,
100%. I think those
Absolutely.
games are sick.
Absolutely.
So,
But the alleged game, I'm very skeptical.
Nah,
all
I'm
right,
good.
we're gonna move on to some more legitimate clips that we got here.
Please.
So
My
we
poor
got
TV.
we got 2 clips that we're gonna play. We're gonna do Jack 8 first.
Mr.
And
Robot.
we got some Tekken clips to go. I'm holding off on Lars. There's a specific reason I'm holding off on Lars, but we're gonna do Jack 8 first.
we got a Lars main in our midst.
Can't give them
Oh yeah, you do.
can't give them what they want too fast.
Tease him a little bit.
Ooh.
Shit's out. Robot big man.
They finally made my boy Jack cool. Yeah.
All right, so
You know how many Tekkens he been one of the most lame characters you've ever seen? I have never seen a Jack look that cool.
Bro, that man face look mad weird, bro. His eyes are too damn close when he fucking lifted.
He's a robot.
He's a robot. He's not a human.
Weird, bro.
So-
it just looks. He looked at me. It felt like it was looking into my soul. Like, nigga, yes, I'm ugly and I embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, okay, shit.
That man's got a very large gun. He's got a very large. It should be illegal to have a gun that large. That is the gun you see in animes that destroys small villages.
You know what that is? That is the rail gun on Metal Gear Rex.
Yes.
That's
Like,
what he's
actually.
just carrying that gun.
Nah,
he just
man.
took that thing off and he's just
Hold on.
carrying
Did
it.
y'all see it though? Y'all
I saw it fall from the sky.
No. Y'all didn't see the fact that he's got a parry?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't see
That's
that.
okay.
I saw that.
I
saw that.
It was like real quick.
It was
When he
quick.
just like boom and knocked him off. It was like, is that a parry?
I
When
could
did
be
Jack
like,
get a parry?
Like, and I noticed that his speed
Oh, he's.
increased.
I think this
Like
game
they
is-
said, make Jack,
fast.
but fast.
I think this Tekken is just faster in general.
Yeah. Whatever the system is they have in place with the characters like spending meter or whatever to cancel and run forward, it's gonna make some really dirty mix-ups in this game.
But I mean, yo, that man, I was like, this is my first time watching the trailer for anybody who doesn't know.
Me too.
But I have never seen
Me too.
Jax move one that fast. His combos have never looked that flashy. He's never looked that. The costume itself is cool.
He looked like the new RoboCop from the last movie.
So
like-
and like his combos like look smooth.
Yeah.
Like it's not clunky like they
It
used
doesn't
to
look
look.
robotic.
Yeah.
Now it looks like he's actually hitting you hard though. Like he look like
He was always hitting you hard.
Boom.
That when he goes down on one knee and he shoots his fist out, yeah, that thing always did about half your health. Like you never wanted to get hit by that. Like,
But no, he did look kind of smooth though.
We know a
Yeah.
couple Gigas players who crying the Gigas ain't in the game. Well, you just have
but
to
yeah,
play Jack.
it's
You just
funny
have to
because
switch.
that same Gigas player, soon as he saw the Jack trailer,
Oh,
Jack
guess
now.
play Jack now. This is kind of cool.
Not even looking for Gigas no more.
Gigas who?
Exactly. Giga's just a worse Marduk. We're just gonna throw it out there.
It really
his
is.
ultimate was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
His ultimate looks sick.
yeah.
He was
When he
just
just
Yeah, that man got shot.
Like this man just like bam. Sorry.
this man said for my training arc before this game, I went and trained with Cable. I got my own Hyper Viper beam.
No, he looks good. I
he went to go
definitely
see-
might pick him up as a side character. Yeah, I can't just play one character in Tekken. I go crazy.
Yeah, you always play like 7 characters.
Yeah.
he went to go
whatever.
see
Add him to the list.
Janos' master, bro. To go get the upgrades.
Exactly. Just
Yo,
go
that
get
man,
the tune-up.
that man got that last Windows update and he came back.
That's Windows 11 Jack. 'Cause normally every Jack iteration will have Jack and then whatever the number of the game is, because that's the model of them. So this one's gonna be Jack 8. Now we're just gonna skip to Jack 11. This is Windows 11.
Jack 11.
Yeah, Jack 11. Windows 11 Jack. Got the new software update and everything.
But I mean, oh my god, man, that man looks so cool. He looks so sick.
Yeah,
I
the
can't
character's
wait
dope.
to see what he can do. In
Way better than this next trailer we're gonna watch by far.
well, since he already, yeah, since
Nice segue, sir.
since he mentioned it, we might as well throw it up now.
I want to preface this by saying that I've watched this trailer so many times.
I bet you have.
He used
All right,
Shidori.
Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let Lax go first because I know this is his character, so we're just gonna go ahead and let him get it out.
All right, so I'm gonna preface this by saying I have some criticisms. I will say that I do have some criticisms because I know we ain't gonna have that New Japan crossover like we did in 7, so I'm not gonna be able to do that Hiroshi Tanahashi Sling Blade. But that's my only criticism, because damn, the man was moving quick. That rage art, oh.
So you know that Rage Art's from Ninja Storm, right?
Yep.
I don't care.
I was waiting for
don't
it. That's
care.
Shidori, bro. That's Shidori. He learned that shit from Kakashi himself.
Hey,
He fucking cares.
He
We went-
stole it from Kakashi.
Exactly,
if we gonna travel, the multiverse, we gotta pick up some new skills along the way.
If Jack got Hyper Piper Beam from Cable, then Lars definitely went to Naruto. Was like, "Hey fam, the world kind of going bad over where I'm at. I need some of that ninjutsu real quick."
my
real, bro.
Yo, my nephew and my brother are messing the world up. I need something to do to fix shit.
I need help.
I need help.
Let me know what you got, fam.
Well,
Well,
what you got?
Naruto don't got Kurama no more, so we can't give you that. Sasuke don't got the Rinnegan no more, so we can't give you that.
But
we can teach you this.
there you go.
There you go.
There's a lot of lightning in that trailer.
So
Yeah.
No, honestly, like, I still saw that he had the counter hit choke.
yes,
That's sick.
if y'all know me, y'all know I love that move.
Yep. And then I saw that he still has his flip moves.
His
He
flip
did it.
moves, I
He
love
flipped
him.
over Jack. You see him grab him and bam! I was like, okay, yo, he still has that. And then the rush combos that he got, yo, they are sick.
There's definitely been an improvement. His slights look a little smoother now.
Yeah,
There's a
because
lot.
at 7, like, there was a little bit like a brief pause.
Yeah.
And it was very telling, and you could easily punish Lars for it.
But now it's just, he's just going in and just doing his damn thing.
Am I the only one that noticed that, like, when he was dashing, right? It almost felt like a mode. It didn't feel like it was like a bar that you used.
So
It's more like a
Lars
mode.
has always, I will say, Lars has always had one of the best dashes in the game.
Yeah.
But it's not because it's a normal dash.
Yeah.
It's what is it? Oh, shadow step.
It's like a stance. He takes a step
Yeah,
forward.
but
Yeah.
I'm saying it's called shadow
It's called
step.
slight right. Slight right.
And it's like when he does it, he like slides forward.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the universal dash up, like the.
Yeah, but
Oh, well, it looks like they're using
His
some
always
kind of
look
power.
different, even in
his always,
7.
yeah,
It
that's what I'm
always
saying.
looks
But
different?
it's
Oh,
because
wow, that
because
shit
the
was
way
sick.
the way he dashes
Yeah.
normally is just different.
Yeah.
So
Because
it's
he
like
picked up chakra.
like with the slight right or slight left, I believe like you could dodge certain moves with it too. Like
Yeah.
when he did it.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's he definitely. I already see the improvements. A lot more electric, if you will,
Lightning-y.
lightning. I love that. Also, I will say, I love the new drip too.
Oh yeah.
That all white look. Woo!
He's the only character I know who will wear a coat and he'd be in the middle of Sahara Desert. Like,
Hey.
bruh, I know you hot. Why you pretending like you ain't?
I mean, to be real, in the last one, he looked like a Power Ranger. If we being real about it.
Okay,
He be wearing
yes,
some
that's
extra
why I used the
clothing, I'm
Hiroshi
telling you.
Tanahashi outfit.
So
Plus, it gave me
extra,
the
bro.
Sling Blade finisher. So
That
was
character
always
is
fun.
over the top. The character.
I mean,
He's German.
yes.
He's pretty cool.
Also, can I just make a real quick comment about these trailers as a whole?
What's up?
That announcer,
New challenger. I wanna s-
Challenger!
bro.
Lars Alexander. Yo, this took him forever to say that last name.
bro, that name was mad crazy.
Yeah.
That shit was long as fuck.
But nah,
was
so
weird, right?
this leads me actually into segues nice into the next topic that I have. And this is something that we talked about earlier this week, which is why I thought of it as a topic.
Okay.
And it's, can you judge? I have a couple questions, but the first question is, can you judge a top tier before the game releases?
Yes, you can. I don't care what you say. I'm just kidding. No, but listen.
Yeah, we gonna start with Zora, but we're gonna go around and be like, all y'all say y'all piece, and I'm gonna tell you why I made the topic. But go ahead, Zora.
Listen, the only time you'll catch me saying something like that is because people have access to the game. Okay, when I was seeing that Prox tournament with Knuckle in it, and he was using Guile, and then I was like, dang, bro, projectiles are really good in this game. That character has to be top tier because he's all around a projectile character, and he was pulling some crazy things out of his that I was like, damn. All right, bro, this character is oppressive. Like, I'm seeing him, like, doing all this crazy mix up and all this shenanigans. I'm like, whoa, this is insane. The fireballs go slower than his walk speed and all this shenanigans. I'm like, bro, no, you can't do this to me. This is not the right thing. I already have struggles with fireballs. Now you gonna give it to me for real? Like, well, sooner or later, I don't know. We're gonna figure some shit out. But it's whatever.
Oh, I have a really hot take. I don't believe in tier lists.
Oh.
All right, you know why?
Hey, hold on. before you go ahead, yo, you know how many people about to hear you say that?
I know.
Yo.
Hey, look, I don't. You know why I don't believe in tier lists? I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go ahead.
You could pick the best character, quote unquote, tier wise in a game, and still be trash.
Of course.
Your character,
player.
but you could also take the quote unquote lowest tier character and still be the best above everyone else.
Panda.
So I don't necessarily believe in tier lists because it's subjective to who's playing the game. So I can look at a game and say these characters are good, but they're not for me. So I'm never going to be good at them. So to me, I can't judge them as a tier because they're not my characters. Now, you put me with a Ryu, I'm always going to think he's top tier, and he's not, because that's my wheelhouse. So you could be the worst character in the game, but the best player knows how to play him. He could wash anybody. So that is why I don't believe in tier lists.
Fair enough. Crash, what you got, man?
All right, so I agree with Dennis.
I don't know if you could believe. I don't know if you could beat that tape, but go ahead and try.
No, I agree with Dennis. I don't think tier lists are real, I guess is the statement. Let me say this again. Tier lists are crutches for people who need an excuse as to why they lost. Like,
I believe that beats me.
You can't say, oh, I lost because the matchup is bad. Yeah, sure, the matchup might be bad, but at the end of the day, we're not robots, right? We're not all thinking the same way. If you can't win the matchup, don't beat the character, beat the player, right? If I know that you like to zone, I'm going to find a way to get in, even if the character isn't a zoning character, right? If I know that your character's got a great DP, but you don't know how to anti-air properly, I'm going to jump on you all day, right? You shouldn't use tier lists as a crutch, but that's just something that I guess the FGC has grown accustomed to doing. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, I do believe that there are some characters that are just really, really strong compared to the rest of the cast. I don't believe in tier lists because I think the player operating the character has a really big thing to do with the performance. But for example, let's look at like Smash Bros. Melee. There's no way you can go in there and tell me that like Fox, Falco, and Marth aren't the best characters in that damn game. Why? It's a balancing issue. That was in an age before they could just release a patch and just fix it, right? You released your roster of characters and there just so happen to be like 3 or 4 that can do everything they need to do, and some characters in the game just don't have access to that. That's not a tier thing. I mean, I guess technically it is, but they don't have the same tools available to them, because if they did, then there wouldn't be a problem with tiers, right? Because then everyone would have access to it. But I guess at the same time, you're like, why would you want to make everyone have access to all the same tools? Then the character wouldn't feel unique. But that's a different story. That's a different issue, right? We're talking about tiers here. Every character is not going to be balanced the same way. The world is cruel. Game design sucks, and it's really hard to do. So you're never going to see, what's an example? You're never going to see a pot win 90% of his matches against the Happy Chaos. It's just unrealistic. Like, that Happy Chaos is going to free him up 85-90% of the time. It's just a terrible matchup for him. He's got guns, bro. Like, what are you going to do? You're getting shot. It's just going to happen. Yeah, tier lists they're bad. They're really bad.
Hold on. Before y'all go in, I'm going to say I do believe in tier lists, but not in a sense of, oh, I can't win because of the tier list. I believe in tier lists in the sense of what tools does my character have to be able to effectively play as compared to the rest of the cast. I can say this because in Uniclear, I literally play the worst character. Mm-hmm. I play Enkidu. And if he's not the worst character now, when the game came out, he was. There was a bar none. He's the worst, bottom of the bottom, lowest of the low.
Yeah.
I still played him because I had fun with him. And instead of me going, oh, I'm losing because of tier list, I was like, okay, what can I effectively do to the people who are better than me?
Yeah. How do I close the gap?
And then what I found out playing it was Enkidu's not really a terrible character. His whole big mechanic is parrying. So if you know how to read the parry, if you're really good at reads, you can do really well with that character. But most people are just like, oh, that's the mechanic is stupid, he's trash. I mean, I get it. Some characters are smooth brain and you could just face forward on the keyboard.
Gorillas.
Or whatever, your arcade stick, your gamepad, your hitbox, whatever. Like, and you could just and do all those stuff you need to do. But it's like, I feel like the tier list just lets you know, here's how your character stacks up versus the rest of the cast. So here's how much work you are going to have to do as compared to the rest of the cast. It's not a bad thing. Well, depending if you're in a tournament, it might be a bad thing. But for me, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's more like, okay, here's the hill you got to climb. And a lot of times, it's nice to play the character that nobody else plays because no one knows the matchup. People get into the match, and they're like, what does your character do? And I'm just like, you're about to find out.
See, if you're playing a character that like a lot of people don't play because you're having fun, I'm okay with that. Now there are some people who are like, yeah, I picked this character. Well, why? Like, did you use it as a counter pick? Is it you using it to cover up a bad matchup for like your main character? No. I just want to be unique.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a vein. I hate you know this about me.
Yeah,
I hate the mirror
which
matchup.
I don't understand it completely because if I'm playing the mirror match, then I just need to be better than you.
It's a me thing. It's because if I lose the mirror matchup, that eats me alive.
Nah, see, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna lose the mirror. I'm gonna make you quit that character because you're that garbage.
Exactly.
See, to
I
me,
can be the only one standing.
Exactly.
I enjoy the mirror because that's how I grew up. Because I was playing Ryu, my brother was playing Ryu, and ever since then, that's always been like my training mode.
Yep. I just need to be better than him.
I need to be better than the mirror, and like my thing was I'll play the computer. And it'll be a mirror, and I'll learn new stuff about my character based on what the computer's doing.
Yeah.
And I'll learn, how to overcome and also see my faults as the character is. So, as for back to the tier list thing, would you consider Vega a high tier character?
Nope. That character's garbage.
For me, it depends on which one you're talking about.
Any of them.
Here, that's different.
Okay, here, let's start with Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2, I think Vega's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say he's pretty good.
Okay. Now, let's say Street Fighter 5.
Character's garbage.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of trash.
To me, I always struggle with Vega. Regardless of what iteration of Street Fighter I'm playing, I struggle with Vega equally.
That's your demon.
And that is why I don't believe in tier lists, because I hear the Street Fighter 5 Vega is trash.
Yep.
Street Fighter 2 Vega, not so much. I struggle the same way with both of them. Either way.
Also, Prox did
Nooch,
beat
man,
Bodler with Vega.
I was just about to say, and one of our best players got beat by a Vega, who is a quote unquote low tier character,
Well,
and that is my proof as to why it don't exist.
You're forgetting the caveat to that. Prox plays most of that cast.
Yeah, he
Bodler,
does.
in every game, he said this, only plays one character per game. Why? Because he plays so many games, he can't keep up like that.
There's also another thing. Baller didn't know how to counter his jump. Yeah. When Vega doesn't jump on the side, he didn't know the matchup at all whatsoever. And guess what happened the next time he saw him?
He played Vega and he bodied him.
And he bodied him. And then he had to switch characters.
But with that said, we're talking about Bodler here, who probably went home that night, went into the lab,
as he should have,
learned everything about Vega that he could, came in here and said, okay, where's my demon? Time to eliminate him.
Went to the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and said, it will never happen again.
But here's where the tier lists start to matter. Because when you're in a tournament setting, here's the thing. We're okay players. Sometimes, you can casual players.
We're really bad.
Yeah. But when you're in a tournament setting, you have to go in assuming everybody in there knows their stuff. Because
I agree.
if you go in there not assuming that, you're going to get mopped and kicked. You're going to get 0-2 handshake, have a nice time, go enjoy casuals.
And hopefully you get humbled at the end.
In a major tournament. So let's say you have a tournament that's like 500 players, right? Whatever. Knowing what the tier lists are on the internet, you should go in with the correct strategy, the correct mindset, and the correct tech to beat the most commonly played characters. If you're not ready for the most commonly played characters, you're not going to make it like out of pools. You're not going to go very far.
No.
Right? So like season 1, you enter a Strive tournament in season 1, you should expect to see Soul, right? Everyone was like on riding Soul's shit. They were like, yo, this character's crazy. All he's got to do is just press /. There's nothing you could do about it. It's Soul going to be eight souls in top 8. There's nothing. You got to be ready for the matchup. You have to go in with the mindset, even if you don't believe in tiers, everyone's going to be picking this character.
Yep.
I should know how to deal with them.
Yep.
Also, at least my next question, because I have sub questions in this topic, because this one I was going in my head. Are betas good enough to make a tier list from?
Who want to start? Because if not, I'll start.
Go for it.
No. I'm gonna let Chris start, because I know Zoro. I see Zoro over there trying to.
He want to get it out.
He ready.
Let him get it out.
You know what?
Let him get it out.
All right, we'll let him go. We'll let him go.
I mean, it really just depends. Like, if we're gonna put with something that's happening right now, which is Street Fighter 6, right? With Street Fighter 6, it was just one beta that now everybody, well, 2 betas, yeah, that now everybody has access to and does all this other shenanigans with.
No, they don't. They have Street Fighter 5 Season 6.
Yeah, Season 6, sorry. Well, wow. But, I don't know. Like, it depends. Can they change the game that fast, though? Like, that's the thing. Like,
so I'm gonna give you a instance. So when Guilty Gear was in its beta, Gio's quarter circle forward kick, the one that goes through projectiles, was faster in the beta, and then they changed it when the game came out, and it changed the character a decent amount. Not gonna lie.
Okay, so. All right, yeah, okay. Yeah, they can change characters, it's true. You can't really tell tier lists with the beta. Because they can change it at any point, if it's in that case.
I'm going to let you go ahead and go.
All right, so I played the Street Fighter beta. Pretty sure I played another beta. I think, was it 5? 5 had a beta.
I haven't touched that game.
5 had an open beta.
6
Okay, I had a
6 just had a closed beta so far.
So at the little bit, because here's the thing, the beta only had so many characters you can play.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that you probably could make a tier list, because while there could be some balance changes and all that, I think at its core the character is going to remain the same after the beta's done.
Yes.
After the original game came out. At its core, the character is going to be what they were developed to be.
There have been times, though, where people have played betas and then the character comes out and there's been drastic changes. So it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but I don't think it's common.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there isn't a drastic change in a character from beta to launch that happens commonly, especially in games like Street Fighter.
Yeah, they have a goal in mind when they make the character design. They want them to do X, Y, and Z.
With that said, the characters feel a certain way, so it just depends on how you feel with the character.
No. You all right, so you can and you can't, right? You can make a tier list based off the beta if you're saying I'm making the tier list based off of the beta and only the beta, not predicting the characters upon release. You can't make a tier list with information from the beta, because that's what it is at the end of the day. It's a beta. It's there to be tested. If something is super, super broken, Ryu throws a fireball for full screen and you block it and it leaves you at plus 200 frames, they're going to balance that. They're not going to leave that in the game. There's no way they're leaving that in the game. So you can't just be like, yeah, this character is the best character in the game because I played the beta, even though there was only 5 characters in it, and all the other characters that haven't been released or showcased in any trailers yet, they'll never ever come close to this character, blah, 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 blah. You can't say that. It's impossible.
All right, right. We getting kind of late into this, so we got one more question, and then we're gonna close it out. So the last question is, and it's about this same topic: whose opinion, when it comes to tier list, really matters?
Pros. The only reason why I'm saying pros is because like they actually know the game. And then like if you go off of casual people that are like, oh yeah, this is super annoying. Cause
But,
like
no. Let me expand this out for you. Cause you said pros. Now, if Punk made a tier list and IDOM made a tier list, whose tier list are you?
IDOM.
So you're going? But that's what I'm saying. When I say whose opinion matters, I don't mean just any pro. I mean, for you, who would be that pro, that guy whose tier list you'd be like, all right, I agree with what he's saying.
To be honest, ever since I was in 5, or when I've been playing 5, when I was playing it like religiously, I really didn't give a flying whatever. I didn't really care about what anybody said. I would just play whoever I wanted. But whatchamacallit, like when I did see tier lists and stuff, I wouldn't really pay attention to the people that are just content creators that never went to like a tournament or anything. I wouldn't really pay attention to them. I would pay attention to the people that like go to tournaments constantly and go to top 8 and do all the shenanigans. And that's when I would be like, okay, if this guy said he's bad, then this character is ass. Like this character is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say he says this character is really good. I'm like, okay, this character is good. You know, like because we not only that, when a pro says it, like somebody that's very known in the scene
Hold on.
says something.
Hold on, I gotta stop because I got a question.
Yeah.
So Justin Wong does not really play Street Fighter 5,
Mm-hmm.
but he is a legacy Street Fighter player.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if he made a tier list for Street Fighter 6, are you gonna sit here and say, well, he hasn't gone to any locals, he hasn't gone to a top 8, he doesn't know what he's talking about anymore?
Street Fighter 6 is the future, bro.
No. This and a lot of these tier lists that I'm seeing, at the end of the day, they're theory crafting.
Yep.
So are we talking about a tier list that's made for the new game that's coming out? Or are we
I'm talking about tier list
general?
in general, however you see it. But
So-
if you want to see it from the future, but we can do it right now. If Justin Wong made a Street Fighter 5 tier list,
5 or 6.
well, I'm saying we can do it for right now. I'm not doing
so
6.
five,
Yes.
five, yeah.
If he made a Street Fighter 5 tier list,
Uh-huh.
would you still be like, nah, he don't know what he talking about? Even though he's a legacy player.
But he played 5, but like it was like season 2. Like,
Not competitive.
this he did because he got washed by Punk. I remember that exact video. I was watching.
Yeah, but not to the level that he played the other games.
Yeah, he did not play Street Fighter 5.
Not to the level
he
that
played
these
Third
other
Strike.
pros
Not
play.
to the level that he played MVC 2. Not to the level that he played MVC 3.
Yeah.
No way in the world did he play
That's
any
very
of those. Even Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
I don't know. I really don't know. Like it's kind of hard to say. It's not really that easy to say. Because
So-
I really don't care about tier lists. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So here's what I'll say, and to the point that you were just making, it's all subject to opinion, right? So you got Punk, you got Justin Wong. Right? I look at Justin Wong and I think, okay, he doesn't play competitively, but the man knows his stuff because he knows Street Fighter. At its core, at its basis, the game is still the same, regardless of whether you play, 30 years ago or you're playing now. At its core, it's still the same. He can sit down and look at the characters and based off of what he sees can make a list. And I would look at it and say, okay, I respect it. Again, I don't believe in tier lists, but with that said, competitively, those that play competitively might have a bias because they know who they play. So I think I would actually put more weight into someone who isn't playing competitively than someone who is actually playing competitively, a pro, if you will, because they're looking at the roster as a whole without a bias.
So another thing is, I used to play this game competitively. It was like a random game where the content creators would make their tier list and all this other shenanigans. They would make this like, they'd say, oh, this deck is good, whatever. But then when I was like I think it was like number 9 in the world or something like that. In this game is You will never find me in your life because this game is like down the whole rabbit hole, whatever. Me, I would be like, that's wrong. I made it good. Like there was this deck called PBD. It was considered like the worst deck in the world. I won an event with it, and nobody knew that deck was good. And me, because I knew what it did, I already destroyed everybody.
Hold on, we didn't get everybody's reactions.
So it is subjective, like Dennis said, but I guess it plays more to why are you looking at the tier list, right? Because if you're looking at the tier list because you want some kind of competitive edge, then you should probably pay attention to the tier list of people who have achieved the most at the time of the game that you're playing, right? So if Justin Wong was most successful in Season 2 and you're playing in Season 2, you should probably listen to Justin Wong. If you're looking at Season 5 and the most successful player is Punk, you should probably listen to what Punk is saying because the man knows what he's doing because he's won more events than anyone else, right? Now, if you're looking at a casual player, if you're a casual player, you're like, Punk's a Punk. I don't give a shit what he's saying. Yeah. I'm a Justin Wong stan. I'm going to listen to Justin Wong. Then that's where it comes into a subjective point of view. It's like, why are you looking at tier lists in the first place? And if you are, who are you going to be looking at for? Because I'm not going to look at Justin Wong's thing if I'm like, if I want to play MVC2, I'm going to go look at Wong's video.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wong,
I'm going to go look at Yipe's video.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to go be like, hey, Punk, so like, what do you think about a Cable as a character in MVC2? Do you think it's a good mix up into BB Hood and Blackheart? Like, what assist should I use? I don't care about that man's opinion. You don't know what you're talking about.
I feel you.
But I also, because here's my other thing with tier lists is that, all right, Guilty Gear, I played Milia, and everyone was like, that's like a terrible character. But that's who I felt comfortable playing.
Yeah.
No. So when I say tier list, I want to make this clear. I am not telling people to not play a character because a tier list said they were bad.
Yeah,
that is not what I'm saying.
Yeah, play who you want to play.
No, but what I hear constantly is like, Zora, I'm going to have to call you out on this one because you said not 5 minutes ago, I don't believe in tier lists. But before this podcast started, you sat no, let me finish. You sat right over there at that table and you saw Guile and you were like, this guy's top tier.
Okay, listen. The reason
you calling out something you don't believe?
But also,
no. It's not even that. It's not even that. So the thing is, like, I played low tier characters in 5. I played low tier characters when he was actually asked. Like when I'm telling you, like when I played Ed didn't have the flicker EX. He didn't have that. That was what made him pretty good. And then he didn't have like his old range where it was like anytime he landed a medium punch, it would land an uppercut. He didn't have that. That was garbage. His Ed was garbage. So when I switched to Ibuki, everything became easier. So how do you explain that? Some characters are better than others, so there has to be a list where you'd have the top players.
So then,
the
how
top
can you not believe in
because the reason being that even though I play a low tier character, I can still beat you. So if you believe in it in if you believe in it too hard,
I'm gonna have to pause you because you just made my argument even easier. You said Ed was a trash character.
Yes.
No. Let me finish. When I played Ed, I lost. But I could win, but it was harder. When I picked Ibuki, your words, not mine, she was a better character. Everything became easier. If they were on a tier list, hold on, do you not think they would put Ibuki above Ed?
100%.
So how can you not believe in tier lists with what your own experience?
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is when I don't believe in tier lists, what I mean is like, I don't care what people say. I will play whoever the heck I want. That's initially what it is. And I am going to win with whoever I'm playing.
That's cool. Say I'll play whoever I want. Don't say I don't believe in tier lists because you do.
But there's
still a list. There's no such thing as there's no list. There has to be a list.
There's no definitive tier list.
Okay, but there's gonna have to be. There's still better characters than others. You can't. There's no way that some characters not
tier list exists.
God, what I'm trying to say is there is a list. There's no way that there isn't. You cannot make a game without a list. There's no way that some characters are not better than others, and you can't tell me that. So that it's like statistically picking.
I'm not trying.
I don't think that there are characters that are better than others. I believe that everyone plays to their own strengths. Perfect example. Okay, I used to play Ryu. Okay, and I was told, "Yo, you should try Cammy," and I had played Cammy before. I would go as far as to say that I'm playing better as Cammy than I did as Ryu in Street Fighter V.
Now, do you think that they recommended you play Cammy to cater to the way you played Ryu?
Yes.
And that's why you're seeing more success with Cammy?
Because my play style catered more to Cammy's overall fighting style.
Yeah.
So I played better as Cammy because of how I played, not because she was better.
Yeah.
So, okay, first off, tier lists are not built in that way. They are built not for the individual person, but for the scene or the community or the game as a whole.
Yeah.
It is not built for I play better with this character as opposed to this character. It is built in the sense of if I play this character, I have way more tools and way more access to all the systems that I'm supposed to use in this game to win than if I play this character.
Yep.
They are not built on the sense of, well, I like this guy more. It's not how they work.
I think it's a case by case basis, because you can say like Street Fighter V has its definitive top X amount of characters, right? You can say the Strive has its definitive, these are the top 3, blah blah blah. But you go play a game like KI. KI is one of the most well balanced fighting games that's ever been created, and you can't change my mind. Why? Because of the built-in systems in the game. It doesn't matter how sick your combo is. If the person knows what the combo breaker is, you're not damaging them. So it's a very, very balanced game.
Yes. And then you have games that are like MVC 2.
Extremely imbalanced game. But that goes back to it came out at a time where they couldn't just release a patch.
Exactly.
We can't patch this, bro. We messed up. What are we doing?
Like, nobody thought about Sentinel being able to do chip
bro, didn't
damage.
you see what we did in CVS 2? We did it again. Damn it.
I guess I bet money when the developers saw the Sentinel fly-on-fly combos, they were like, yo, did you put that in the game?
I thought we patched that, bro. I thought we fixed it. Who released this?
What is it? What's going on here? What the
Yeah, it was.
You had one job.
It's definitely. I feel like it's a case by case basis, depending on the game.
But I'm just saying how definitive tier lists are. How tier lists are definitively.
Yeah,
supposed
they're based
to
off
work.
of the data in the game that the character can do.
Yes.
Not who's operating the character or whatever it is.
There's no feelings that should be involved in a tier list. A tier list should be made basically off of what can my character do with the tools of the game and how well can they win with the tools of the game.
This is one thing I can't stand is when people say I feel before trying to give their opinion on something. I don't care about how you feel.
Yeah, I think it's.
I just want. These are the facts. That's what I want to hear.
So after hearing that, do y'all still feel like tier lists don't exist?
Tier lists are stupid. They're just an excuse.
You can say they're stupid. I will agree with
they're
that.
just excuses for people losing matches.
I agree with Nate. They're stupid.
That's fine if they're stupid, but they exist.
Yeah, they exist.
I mean, yeah, obviously, do they exist? Yes.
Yeah, they
People
exist.
make them.
they're a thing.
It's
But
just
you shouldn't use it as a crutch.
No, you should use it as a
Or-
learning tool.
You should use it as motivation.
Yes.
Like, man, I just beat the best Happy Chaos player in the world. I should feel good about myself.
You should use it as a tool. It should never be a crutch.
Yes.
I agree with that. But to say they don't exist, especially after I heard somebody say top tier earlier, I ain't gonna hold you. That one sent me.
I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
it's not that
I've
they don't
never
exist,
ever
like, it
heard
doesn't
Zora
fit.
say anything good about Ed. He's always said he was the worst character.
Ass.
Look, he's doing it again. He's doing it again.
wait. Why do I feel like I've heard something like this before from somebody else?
Oh, you mean Axel?
Hey,
No,
we're
no, but no,
not gonna
like-
bring up any names
okay,
that aren't
so-
in this podcast.
So characters, like normal characters in Street Fighter, can whiff punish almost anything and have a connection and
Sure,
have a knockdown
yeah.
and everything, right? Right?
Sure.
Ed can't do that. Ed cannot do
so
that.
that means he falls lower on the tier list because he can't use the tools that everybody else can use. Crazy.
That's why he's a bad character.
But all right, man.
the point.
It's been a pleasure speaking to y'all. If y'all have any socials, anything y'all want to give out before we go ahead and dip out of here, go ahead and give them out now. But Dora, we're gonna start with you.
I thought we were gonna watch the King.
I-
King.
No, we
No,
did
it
that
was just
last
Jack
time.
and Lars.
Oh,
We
that
didn't
was
watch King
Yeah, it was just two.
This
It was
is
just
what happens when you
two.
don't show up to work.
That's exactly what
He
happened.
didn't clock in.
It happens. Yeah. My name is Zora. I had already introduced myself.
I
It's
know you
okay.
got a Twitch, right?
But yeah, I do have a Twitch. My Twitch is Zora_01. You can catch me there. Like, I'm gonna try to do it every day. I've been trying to, because OBS has been crashing lately, but I gotta figure that out real quick. And then as soon as I figure that out, I'll be catching it every day for sure. So whenever you guys want to come through and say hi, I'm here.
You got any socials you want to give out for?
I mean, once again, my 5 breeding Twitter machine, which I am blocked by Hulk Hogan in. Yeah,
Why
that's
are
my
you
budget.
blocked?
Oh, that's a whole story that we'll tell you off podcast because I don't want to get attacked by the man again. Long story short, I am blocked by Hulk Hogan on Twitter, which is DSRG2555, and is a badge of honor that I like to present to everyone. That's
crazy.
pretty much my socials. I have others, but I don't really use them as much.
I wonder the amount
And
of
then,
things you have to do.
Crash,
to
we just
get
gonna have you
blocked.
say-
I go by Kresh. That's my handle that I enter tournaments with. My full name is Nathan. You can call me Nate. The only place you ever going to be able to find me is at Retro Zone Arcade in Fort Myers, Florida. And if you're not there, you're a square. Show up so I can talk some shit.
And he will.
I will talk some shit.
If you
I
want
ain't gonna
to,
lie to you. I
All
lost
right,
to him.
y'all.
and
All
did
right,
it.
y'all. If I had to say so myself, I would call this round over. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a great time.
Oh, we beat him up. He got hit with the mix-up.